Hey guys, I want to talk about this Shinola that I scored from a guy over at Jeff Fish Blue Watch Review. And I'm going to put a link to his channel down in the description. If you're not aware of it, it's definitely a good channel. He's extremely thorough and detailed in his reviews and critiques. Definitely worth a look. And then a viewer of his channel sent this in, Chris, and I expressed interest in purchasing the watch. And I'll explain the reason why in a minute. But Chris, I think, is a fan of a little bit higher end watches, and he explored possibly the option of buying the Shinola because, how they advertise and everything. You know what? I don't think he bought it. I think Chris actually won this in some sort of event or thing that he went to. So I could be wrong. Chris, chime in if you're watching. But anyway, big thanks to Chris. He actually donated the watch to me, and Guy shipped it over to me. So big thanks to both those guys. I'll put a link to Jeff Fish Blue Watch Review channel in the description. But this is the 47 millimeter absurd large watch. It is, well, it says 47, but yeah, there it is. There's the 47. It's definitely 47. Thickness, we're looking at 10.83, which is extremely thin considering the diameter of 47 millimeter. The lug-to-lug with the wire lugs is, like 51.8. So dimensions are just massive. I'm going to, and Guy showed it in his video too, and I'll put a link to his channel in the video. And there's tons of people pulling these off. I think a lot of people that purchase the Shinola brand are not necessarily watch people, such as the viewers of my channel and everything. And that's fine. It is overall, I think, a well-constructed watch. I don't think it is. I know it is. It is a very well-constructed watch. The straps are really nice. The case and the wire lugs and everything and the branding and everything and the dials, they're actually really nice. And even the movement, go back to the 47 because I've reviewed that 41 millimeter, but the 41 next to the 47 is just crazy. And that's such the extreme that they don't have anything in between. They go like 41 and they go 47. And I'm not 100% sure of the logic of that. Maybe it's because traditionally watches with the wire lugs were like converted watches from pocket watches, I guess, maybe. I don't know. It doesn't need to be this big. I mean, you could still do a big watch and make it like 44 millimeter with the wire lugs and everything. And I think that would be sufficient. That would be plenty good. But these, the traditional, I think, Runwell series of the Shinola watches is really good. It has a very solid feeling case and screw down crown, even though it's only, I think, 30, almost 5 atmospheres, so it's like not a ton of water resistance, surprisingly, for a screw down crown and everything, but really nice construction. I'm kind of a fan of it. I think if you ever have one in hand, or if you're walking by a Shinola boutique, swing in and check it out. It's worth just checking it out. I mean, any watch store is worth kind of just going in and just check it out. We're all watch nuts. So pretty cool design features. And they are actually assembled in Detroit, which is pretty cool, in the Argonaut building. And they use, parts from all over the world, mostly Asia for the case, and Swiss components for the Ronda movement. And then they actually assemble them here. And they have dabbled in a automatic movement in a more recent limited dive watch, which is kind of cool. And maybe one day I'll be able to check those out. And maybe one day I'll check out one of the actual manufacturing plants or a larger boutique. I purchased this one at a outlet store. There's one in just south of Grand Rapids, Michigan, and then there's another one over in southeast Michigan. I forget the locations exactly, but if you search up Shinola outlet store, you can buy these for like $200 to $300. That makes them more reasonably priced. I don't see myself buying one at the full retail price. It's just not going to happen. Sorry, Shinola. It does come with a cool wood box and this really weird tasting lip balm. So that's really good. But the main reason I wanted to purchase this watch and thankfully, like I said, Chris donated that, is my brother-in-law, which actually I'll put a link to his channel in the description. He has a really cool barbecue. So if you happen to be into doing some really good barbecue or constructing your own smoker and stuff like that, he is definitely good at that. That's his specialty, and he actually has a YouTube channel. Hopefully he'll be able to spend more time on that. Unfortunately, he has not been spending enough time on that. Kelly, you're going to want to take it up a notch. So I wanted to get this watch for him because he lives down in Southeast Michigan, and he's a big fan of these watches, and he wants to get one. He has a couple other watches. He's actually going to lend in another Citizen that he has for review. He has a large wrist. So a lot of guys out there, there's a lot of guys that have the small wrist, and then the average wrist is really common. But then we don't talk a lot about the guys with the 8-inch wrist. My brother-in-law has that larger wrist. This 47 millimeter will wear on him amazing. It'll look proportional, perfect. One issue I'm going to run into is the strap is not long enough for his size wrist. And it is a 24 millimeter lug width, as you can see embossed on the leather there. So I'm going to have to source a 24 mil strap for him before I send this to him, because I don't want to send it to him and then him not be able to wear it. That's not a good gift, right? So I need to find a 24 mil, and I need to find a strap long enough to fit his 8-inch wrist comfortably. So if you guys have any suggestions for that, or if there's any larger wrist guys viewing this, let me know where you guys get your straps. I don't want to buy a crazy expensive, this is a really good quality strap, but I'm hoping to find a more affordable one, or whatever option I can find that will fit my brother-in-law so I can send this off to him. So just a real quick video. It's not really a review, just talking. So I'll see you on the next vid, guys. Thanks for watching.